What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dirty Degens. I am your degenerate host, Josh, and tonight we've got a lot of exciting things to go on. What? It did. It just didn't play audio. Cassie is in the house and she's confused. But hope you guys are all have a wonderful day. Unfortunately, the market's in a little bit of a downturn right now, but that's okay because the market has rallied incredibly hard. And not only that, all of you filthy degenerates out there have made multitudes of X's in the last few weeks. But we do have the opportunity for much, much more because some say the most powerful man in crypto. Some say crypto's biggest KOL. He is saying shit. It's about that simple. So we're going to dive into all that and more and try to chase down some winners. So let's see what we can do. Hopping into it though, they want to do that. Bitcoin, like I said, we're having a little bit of a day right now, but it's really not all that bad. That's why I zoomed this chart out because as you can see, just a week or two ago, we were all the way down at 109. So since then, Bitcoin has recovered, at its peak, 16%. And then since then, Bitcoin has fallen a measly 4.3%. So all this panic, doom and gloom and everything like that, everybody's trying to put out, oh, we had a triple top. Shove it up your ass. There's no reason to be panicking right now. We're having a slight retracement while the government is shut down. If you recall, last time I streamed, I said the government shutdown's coming. Newsflash, if you haven't been paying attention, the government shutdown happened exactly when I said it would. I mean, that's the only time it could. And as it's still going on. Pali market has the odds that this government shutdown may last past October 15th. And it's like 66% odds. Now, whether or not you want to believe that or not, I don't know. But I will tell you the bull case for Bitcoin is stronger than ever right now. We still have new treasury companies coming out. We have chains. They're receiving grants and VC investments so that they can build Bitcoin capable bridges onto Solana or BNB or whatever, right? Like the point is the train has not stopped. Everybody is still accumulating. Actually, in fact, the only person that stopped for the first time in like a year is Saylor. So for the first week, and it's not actually a year, but it's quite a long time. He didn't make a purchase. Every few months, he takes like a week off. So he'll be back at it soon. But what we're really here to talk about, man, BNB, star of the show, on an absolute rip. It started turning back up just around the same time that Bitcoin did, but it has not fallen. It had a peak of a 44% gain. It has flipped XRP. And now think about that for a second. It was the fourth biggest crypto in the entire space, and it has had a 44% rally. Absolutely monumental, mind-blowing gains. Some of you might say crime season is here. Some of you might say CZ is a genius, but people are making money, and we're going to be some of them. So BNB is still holding very, very strong. It has shattered all-time high after all-time high, and it's just hanging in there, not doing bad at all. I mean, it's not even down today. It's just kind of like down a little bit, like from the high, but no big deal. Some other things that are down a little bit from the high, but hey, man, I told you guys that there was 100x here, and it happened. You remember there was a wedge drawn over here, and it's way up. Actually, speaking about the wedge, I'll jump to that in a moment here. But Clash is still doing very well, holding on really strong. I mean, considering this ran from 300K to 80 million in the matter of a week, and it's still just sitting at 50 mil while the market's really weak. You've got meme coins like Bonk that are down over 15% today, and you've got Clash that's hanging in there at 17%, and it's much, much smaller holder base and everything. So things are looking really good for Clash. Some things that you might have missed if you haven't been paying attention, or if you're not in the Discord though, is that George has announced that he's going to be throwing a party in Vegas. So if you're one of the top 500 holders, you're allowed to go to the party. Unfortunately, I won't be there. I'm just kidding. I'll be there. I'm also a top 500 holder, so I'm allowed there. George can't stop me. I'll be there. And not only that, he's doing more tournaments. He's working on more collaborations. I don't have a whole lot of details. I can tell you, though, that a very nice, cool website is on the horizon for Clash. So that'll be interesting. Some other highlights maybe you missed is Clash has been listed 100% for free on 4 different exchanges. on CoinMarketCap for free, trended #1 on Moonshot for days at a time for free. Everything about Clash has been insanely organic, and that's why this is so impressive. And I'm not panicking here. In fact, I wouldn't mind. I have limit orders set for a solid dip down to this 40 mil level. Catch a big fat whale sale and hopefully scoops up some tokens, So that's how I approach this situation, because George has made it clear that he's going to be sticking with this. He wants to push this and he loves this project. So with that being said, why would you bet against one of the most powerful influencers in all of crypto? I'm just a guy with 4,000 followers and 10 people watching. I'm not going to bet against him. But aside from Clash, to go back to Clash for a second, I did this post September 26th. I was actually supposed to pull it 3 days ago or 2 days ago, but I was sick and I wanted to do it on stream. But then I was looking at it, I said, I'm going to pull 5 people from this post on October 5th, and each person will win 100 SOL as long as they follow the rules. $100 of SOL. As long as they follow the rules, retweet, like, tag 3 friends, show proof of owning Clash or Straydog, and subscribing to yours truly. Well, I was looking at it and I'm like, man, only 21 comments. So I looked through and we got one here. They did everything. We got Ron Paul here. Then we got, I know that guy. Then we got Adelapo, Adam Bates, Crypto Kev. This person didn't follow the rules because they didn't tag anybody. This person didn't follow half the rules. And then we got the Village Investor. So we had a total of 7 legitimate submissions. And that's lame. So everybody else is going to miss out. And you know what? All 7 people, they're just going to win $100 in Solana. All 7 people. I know I said 5, but all 7 people. So if you're here live in the chat, hopefully you are, send me a message on X, and then I will send you the monies. Send me your Solana wallet address too, because I'll need that. That's pretty important. Now, aside from Clash, Straydog, man, I'm telling you, I actually made a good size buy on Straydog today, because look at this. I'm scooping the bottom. I'm supporting the chart, and I'm getting involved. And I don't think that Straydog's story is over. The streets don't stop here. And I definitely think there's a lot more in store. They've still been hinting at things. There's still a ton of people talking about it. But the real moral of the story, why Straydog is not pumping right now, is because it's BNB season. Ethereum has died down. Solana is dying down. It's BNB season. People have taken their profits and moved it to other chains. So this is our opportunity to have some confidence, have some conviction, and show faith in our bags. And I'm not saying you need to do that, but that's what I'm doing, because I do think that there's a solid core holder base here, a solid whale group that, from what I can tell, the team top notch. So therefore, I'm scooping the bottom here, and I'm taking this, and I think that there's a good resurgence here, because ETH is not done, and Straydog's already made a name in the ETH scene. So I definitely think we're going to see a good bounce here. And of course, full disclosure, I am sponsored by Straydog, but none of that has anything to do with that. But full disclosure. Now, why will Straydog not be pumping right now? Well, it's like I just said, money flow. Right? People are seeing other chains and other ecosystems generate hundreds of X's, right? Millionaires. And that's what everybody's dream is. They want to be a millionaire. They want to catch that 40K buy and turn into a millionaire. So that's exactly what they're doing. They already made their profits in Clash. They made their profits in Straydog. The market starts to run a little bit flat and it's downturning. What do? The next hottest thing, BNB. They're running there. And as we can see in this, look at everybody moving their money to BNB. So this on the left side is from, on the right side is to. BNB is the biggest. Look at that huge chunk of Solana and Ethereum going into BNB. I'm part of that. I bridged over 4 BNB, or I bridged it I don't know. It was 0.69 ETH into 4 BNB or something. But I'm one of those people. I did that this morning. And that just shows you that's exactly what's going on right now. Money is flowing around the market. And the interest right now is not in ETH or Solana or whatever, right? Crime season's done over there. Crime season starts on BNB now. So that's what we're looking at. And it's all because of one man. It's not because BNB is the best place to be or because BNB is the best place to trade or the tech is the best or anything like that. I'm going to tell you straight up, BNB half the time freaking sucks. I tried to make like 8 swaps today and they just told me I was going to get 0. They were going to take my BNB and give me nothing. That's a real thing. That's really what it said. I was simulating the transactions and it said that shit. Yeah, I was using Pancake Swap. I strongly suggest if you're trying to play with this small stuff or these hot launches and stuff like that on BNB, use something like Maestro or whatever, some bot that can do it more seamlessly and more reliably, ultimately. You do lose out like 0.5% in transaction fees that way, but it actually works opposed to using Pancake Swap because Pancake Swap is garbage. It didn't used to be. I remember farming syrup and shit in 2021. I'm going to check out the chat here. What's going on, guys? Ron Paul says surprise stream. It's Tuesday, baby. I always stream on Tuesday night. Is this a 2-hour stream we've been waiting for? Unfortunately, I didn't make you guys tolerate me being sick in the chair with no energy and not really wanting to be here. So I'll tell you what. This Friday, maybe I'll do that. Clifton, let's go. Fine. Cassie's talking shit. So I'll do it this Friday. I promise. I won't go eat somewhere weird. I'll just stream all day. That's it. What's up, Jaya? What's up, Camera Wall? What's up, Jeff Leopard? How you guys doing? Followed him rules, y'all. Adam Bates, you did do it and you freaking won, bro. So congrats. What's going on, Scott Acker? Happy to see you here. I will send the 100 Solana there. You got it. Or let's look at CRM. Oh, that's that rug project or whatever. Yeah, crypto rug muncher. I won't be checking that. Well, maybe if we have time later. But like I was saying, there is one person that is causing all of this noise and traction into BNB. And obviously, it's the only singular person that could possibly do it. And today, he threw the memes a nod. It's BNB meme season, says the man himself, number 4 CZ. Didn't expect this at all. People keep asking me to predict the future. Keep building. He's already given nods to different memes. He's done it in the past. And also, I'm not going to lie, CZ's been a little bit shysty in the past, too. He lied about his dog's name. Come on. My name's Josh. I'm not saying like my name's Paul or some shit. I don't know. I got to lie about that. It's a dog. But nonetheless, he's getting involved and throwing nods around. And, you know, he is the one that did Aster, and not he built Aster or anything like that, but he's the one that caused all of that hype. So now he's getting behind the meme push on Binance. Let's be honest. He wants BNB Chain, Binance Smart Chain, to be the biggest non-Bitcoin chain, and he'd probably be happy if it surpassed Bitcoin in the space. He wants it to take down ETH. He definitely wants it to be above Solana. He definitely wants its perps volume to be above Hyperliquid. So he is going to try to, without breaking any laws, push that as far as he possibly can. And since he's not technically an employee of Binance or BNB any longer, gives him a little bit more freedom. So that's why we're kind of seeing him do this shit. And, you know, it's working. It's working because if you look at DEX volume by chain, for the first time in quite some time, we have Binance Smart Chain number 1 with $4.14 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. And that edges out Solana not by much at all, like less than $100 million. And we're talking numbers like this, that's not much. But Ethereum all the way down at $3.4 billion. And then it goes down to Base, SWI, which is surprising that SWI's on there. And then Hyperliquid's all the way down there. But point is Binance Smart Chain is stealing the show right now. Also, Aster obviously has been the number 1 pusher of volume on Binance, but there has been some controversy. Like I said, you know, CZ lying about his dog in the past and weird shit like that. Also, Aster was like including volume from Binance itself and stuff. There was some sketchy stuff going on there. I think that DeFi Llama actually removed the Aster aggregation from this overall BSC aggregation because you can see here it's actually not listed. because they noticed that happening and they called it out. I couldn't find the post, but it was called out, which is pretty rough. So maybe you shouldn't do dumb shit like that, CZ. But keep pumping these bags, I guess. Outside of that, if you break it down into Binance Smart Chain, here you can see you got 4meme, which is it's pump.fun. And then you got Pancake Swap, which is that shit ass Dex I just told you about. And then Maestro, the Telegram bot I suggest you should use. Those are the top 3 volume creators on Binance right now. That just proves to you that all the activity is memes. That's what everybody's focused on. And here's some more proof for you. In the past few days, over 100,000 on-chain traders bought into new meme coins. 70% currently are in profit. And that brings up a good point that Camera Wall's saying here. Feel like it's too late to chase anything on BNB right now. Plus, F Binance and made me lose my account because I'm in Ohio. Yeah. And also, Binance US sucks ass. So there's that too. But hey, it could be a little too late. I don't think so though, because it's not slowing down yet. I started ignoring BNB like after it had the crazy run up back here at this all-time high. I was like, oh man, I don't know how much more BNB is going to do. And then it dipped and I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And then it just ripped. I was like, oh shit. So, you can't really sleep on the people with more money than damn near anybody in the world in the crypto space. Like that's what CZ is. So he's got the power to do it. And unfortunately, our job isn't to say what's right or what's wrong. I mean, we can voice that, but ultimately we got to follow the money and figure out where we can chase some X's. Trading on BNB is not for everybody. Also, it's no different than when I said, hey, Clash, it's going to do 100X. And there were some of you guys that said, oh, I don't touch Solana. So, we're all going to have feelings like that about different chains. But right now, it's where money's being made because you've got one person that made over $10 million and 40 people with over 1 million, 900 with over 100K. And the rest are just still broke peasants. There's a little call out for you. Going down though, Palu, whatever, Palu, I don't know. That one actually ran to $90 million. So you got 2 people that made 1 million, which is actually kind of small. If you look at Clash right now, there's like 10 people or more. Maybe it's like 15 now that have $1 million plus bags. And that's only peaked out at like 80. And right now it's at 50. So, you got some big holders there. But Paolo's been doing really good. Binance Life got 14 people that made $1 million plus, 200 with 100K plus. The point that I'm trying to make is that there are people making money, and these people aren't going to just cash out and leave the ecosystem. Greed is a bitch. These people are going to keep playing. It's like going to the casino and you win. Well, just one more time. Well, one more time is what gets you. So, hey, when the chairs stop moving, like Camera Wall said, some of these guys will be caught. But the point is while everybody's still up moving, that we get in there and we try to catch some plays. Now, we all know that I'm not big on these launchpad sites and chasing these meme coins, but this is where everybody's doing that. And I don't really want to go in here and chase these. But 4.meme is where you would do that if you wanted to. And you better be like fluent in Chinese or something, because when you get into these communities, you're going to have your ass handed to you. They hate us Westerners. But use Google Translate and don't say any slang. Otherwise, you'll probably be kicked. It's happened to me a lot. It really has. But this is where it's all going down, man. This is where it's all going down. So I don't want to look at this though. I'm on Dex Screener right here on the homepage. I'm not even filtered by Binance right now. You can see because look, there's a Solana, and that they actually paid money to get there, and they still couldn't even get at number 12. That's what this gold name means. And another Solana, rank 21, gold name. They paid to get there. They still couldn't even only get to 21. Mind you, it's like $5,000 to get the gold name. It's ridiculous. But the whole front page, it's basically all Solana. You've got some, all BNB. You have some random Solana shit sprinkled in that I've never heard of. So let's check out some of these, see what's going on. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or something specific you want me to check out, feel free to drop it in the chat. It's Binance season, and we're trying to catch us a crime. But, man, We got some biggins in here. This guy's up 4,900% in the last 24 hours, 35,000% in the last 24 hours, 11,000%. It's BNB season, BNB super cycle, BNB Binance super cycle. And this one's just in Chinese. I've got no freaking clue what that says, but it's at $329 million market cap. That is insane. It's only been around for 3 days. I think I'm going to ignore that one. I don't think we're going to buy into that one, nor with this one, the Pali, 108 million. I said that it had an all-time high at 90 million. That means it's just ripped again. Yeah, it has. And that's like in the last hour, because I was looking at it during this red candle and it was around here when I was getting stream ready. So, and what's funny actually is somebody in the Dirty Degens Telegram, if you're not in there, maybe you should hop in there, but they actually were in there and they mentioned Pali and they're like, oh, it's at like 50 mil now or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's way too high for a Binance shitcoin. It's doubled. That's what I'm trying to say. How to find good meme coin? Well, you know, there's a few different factors to it, right? It's like how good you understand people. It's how well you can understand on-chain factors a little bit. Like, you know, you want to see if something's bundled. You want to see how many holders are holding it, what type of supply is concentrated. You know, maybe you want to have a little bit of a humor side, and then a lot of it is luck. But honestly, you want to look for something that has attention. What you don't want to do is go find something, and because you see it trading down here at all-time low, like it would have been, you know, right here basically, and you're like, oh, this is a good buy. Let's be honest, Pali looked like a terrible buy right here. You know, like it was like, oh man, this thing's dead. And then somebody came in and they dropped an insane amount of money. And just more people piled in. So this is like almost a cabal effect right here. When you get a pump in an hour from 2 million to 60 million, and you're just a meme coin, that there's not a whole lot of legitimacy there, right? Just being honest. So a lot of it's luck, but a lot of it also is being able to understand social trends and things like that. But Pali, hey, they're doing amazing. I'm not going to buy into that though. But yeah, like Cass said, stick around. You'll keep learning. We pick tons and tons and tons of winners here. So we will find some winners. Actually, I do have a winner that I'm hoping will be a winner that I'm just waiting for a couple more details on so I can decide if it's truly alpha or not. But that one will be coming out on BNB, and I'll definitely be talking about that one. 4 here. Man, that one was one that I was told to buy. And I didn't buy it because I didn't have any BNB and I didn't feel like doing it. But now it's at $220 million market cap. That's a little high for my blood. Why? I don't know. That's got a Chinese ticker too. I can't really get into any of these if oh man. See, like that, I'm not saying that's a good buy right there because look, it's like back at all-time low. You're not like, oh, I think this is going to do amazing. But like, let's look at the X and more and see what we think. Main character coin, 8 billion NPCs, only one launched Binance. Notice how all of them are just like slobbing on CZ too. We tracked down the top holder. They convinced this holder to burn 10% of his holdings for $400,000 or something. That's kind of crazy. That was 8 hours ago. Dev tokens launched or locked. That's kind of crazy. How did they convince them to burn that much of their supply? That's crazy. That's really crazy. So how do the holders look now then? Because he must have been, yeah. Oh, dead. There. So that's the burned supply right there. 10%. Yeah. I don't know though. I would have to see a little bit of life come back into that. The holders don't look bad now though, really. Especially when you consider 10% of that is dead. So really 78% is outside of the top 10. And 2 of those are liquidity pools. One has 7.12%. So remove, and then you got team finance with 3.69. So basically remove another 10% and you have basically 88% outside of the top 10. That's pretty good distribution there. I'll give it that much. Now, whether or not they can gain any traction or anything, it's a gamble at this point because they're just calling CZ the main character. But you know what? We're here to make money. So you know what? Let's see if Pancake Swap wants to work. Let's take a gamble. Yeah. We gotta go trade, swap. Yep, I understand there's risks associated. Look at that chart. Oh, not 0.05. 0.25 BNB is about. Oh wait, that's not much. Or that's we want. Oh wait, 0.2. 0.025. Because 0.1 is like $130. Yeah, so $37. I can do that. Let's do that. Let's see if this swap actually works. Try increasing my slippage. All right, let's increase the slippage. Let's go to 3%. All right, let's make more slippage. Let's try 5%. Ah, we're getting somewhere. My wallet just opened. All right. We flipped a pancake, fam. We just scored $37 of main character coin. Because hey, they got a whale to burn 10% of the supply. You got 88% of the supply distributed and not in the top 10 holders. BNB super hot. Like, you know, maybe something could happen here. Maybe. Look, Bubble Maps looks great. You know, it's just a gamble, right? We're just, instead of going to the casino, this is my casino. And I feel right at home in it. Other than that, we got yarl. I've got no idea what the hell that says. I can't buy things I can't read. Maybe I will buy yarl. It's only 270K market cap. Look at that. I want to throw another another chance here. Did I not copy it? Come on, yarl. Yarl's going to be a runner. Why is it not found? Is it only on 4meme? It's probably only on 4meme. No, it's on Pancake Swap V2. Why can I not find it? It's on Cake. Ah, here we go. I found yarl. Medium risk. I like it. Medium risky. We're going to do 0.025 again. Wait. That's Cake. I want to pay with BNB. All right. More slippage. Let's try 8%. Let me buy. It really shouldn't take this much. I mean, it's only $30. Come on. I'm at 20%. All right. We're not buying yarl because they're trying to screw me. Damn you, yarl. Watch, this one's going to moon now. Oh, wait. It's because some big sells were going through, I bet. Let's refresh. What's a good bubble chart look like? Well, you know, it depends. Like, so if you're talking about a meme coin, you want to see less connections, right? Like this, right? Well, I don't know about this one. Yeah, this is a good bubble charts, right? You don't have a lot of connected bubbles. You've got your one connected bubble and stuff, but not a ton. Now yeah, I know. I understand Bamba to use Maestro, but unfortunately, I can't show that I'm buying something while I'm using Maestro on stream. So therefore, I'm trying to swap on Pancake Swap to actually show I'm actually buying it. But yes, otherwise I use Maestro. I understand. That's why I said earlier people should use Maestro because Pancake Swap is garbage. But when now with like utility plays and like more serious projects and stuff, you'll have much more connections because you have like team wallets, you have the treasury, you've got, you know, maybe the tax wallet and all this other stuff, right? And people are pulling in and out, trading tokens and shit like that. So you'll have a lot more connections by nature. But yeah, so with memes, it's a little bit different. But Looks like I'm getting some alpha. Let's see. Let's check this out. Getting some alpha. Oh man, it's Palu. Damn it. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's check out Pali. Pali, he said. Pali. Is this Palu's little brother? Great holder breakdown here. Fantastic. Bubble maps, not bad at all. No complaints about that. Twitter. 160 followers. I mean, it's brand new. Token just launched 6 hours ago. They're listed on Binance Wallet already. Actually, you know what? On that note, let's man, is it even gonna let me buy this on Pancake Swap because it's a piece of garbage? Because they're gonna use that to really hype it up. Let me buy. All right, there we go. We bought some Pali. Now let's continue looking into it. This came out like 8 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago. They just updated their banner on Dex Screener. You know, I'm okay with taking some gambles. I'm I'm not going to say I like the art. Sure, it's cute, whatever. That's fine. But here we're just chasing hype and bullish momentum, right? So like they've got some announcements going on. It is down a little bit. They've got some really long candles going on here showing that they've got big sellers and buyers coming in. So it's building upwards. You got higher lows, higher highs, except for this right here. But hey, if this can get up to like a good 5 mil or something, I think that the $130 was well spent. Scott Acker I had a loss of $500 4 days back. I'm not confident to invest in any coin. Any tip to overcome it? Yeah, the best tip I could give you on that is do not invest more than you can lose. If you feel like losing $500 is going to make you sick to your stomach, or it's going to hurt you, or like you need that money for rent or to pay bills or anything like that, ignore it. Don't do that. Maybe you throw $30 like I did at that token a few minutes ago. Right? Like you don't have to go that hard. You can throw $20. You can build up your position. You take out initials and you just work it that way. You don't need to go all in. That's the best way to overcome that feeling. Stop going all in. When you stop going all in, you will no longer feel that way. And look, Pali's working out. We're up. I'll take it. Should we find another? I think we should. Come on, let me out of here. Oh man, we got to keep watching Pali though. I got to pull that back up. Crap. Here he is. Because he's running. See, we bought this candle was red. We bought it. Let's go. All right, let's find another one. I wanted to buy yarl. Damn it, it's up too. I think yarl. I don't know. I like the name. It's fun to say yarl. Right. Binance yellow reboot. Binance super cycle. No. I don't even know what that says. It's a lucky cat though. It's dumping though. They have no website or anything. Oh man, these holders are, look at these guys are fat stacking it. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that one. After losing, I realized I could have paid some bills, but I've learned not to be greedy. Yeah, absolutely. That's really ultimately what it is, don't be too greedy. It sucks to hear, but that's the truth. Go with CRM. At least we find the rugs. Yeah, I mean, I'm CRM looks great, but like the project idea and everything is cool, but like I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not sexy at all. Like that's like it's like investing into a charity coin. It's not sexy. Palu's dog. Is the dog going to have a run? The Palu had a run. Sometimes weird shit like that happen. Maybe not. I'm going to say that's a Texas-sized NO. Oh man, we're hanging in there. It wicked up a little bit higher. Higher. Send it. Nope. I'm not doing any derivatives. Yellow Pepe. No, thank you. Aster Inu. What is Aster Inu? Bar tab idea has never left Mark. I just said that. Let's see. Aster Inu. This one's on Pancake Swap. Let's see. It's a little bit not too old. End of September. Okay. It's hanging down pretty low right now. That's a no. Let's see if we can figure out who holds this 22% of supply. Probably not, but let's see if we can. Maybe on their website. The community-driven meme token, blah, 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 blah. Man, they're listed on a bunch of exchanges. Token holders can use these tokens to participate in project governance, voting, and rewards. Okay, so it's a meme now. Okay. Support staking. Participants can get it. No. See, the problem with projects, so this is a big no, because the problem with projects like this is the supply is capped, right? The supply is capped at 1 billion tokens. I'm guessing now, since they have staking, that 21% supply is in fact the teams. And what they're going to do is they're going to use that 21% supply to reward staking. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to generate those staking rewards and they're going to dump the tokens. And then when all those tokens are gone, everybody's going to leave and the project goes to zero. So I don't like staking meme coin projects. I don't like meme coin projects where somebody holds 22% of the supply. And Aster Inu is a no for me. But if you're in it, I wish you luck. You know, could have a pump. I'm not saying it's garbage. It's just not something I'm going to throw a bar tab at today. Let's see here. What else do we got? Mexi is the number one holder of Aster. That would make sense. Let's look at it because Bubble Maps would say it too. Yeah, it is Mexi. I guess I could have just gone to. I don't know if BSC scan actually shows that, but okay, that's a little bit better. But man, why did they get so much of the supply? That's insane. What is their volume even? Are they justifying that volume, or did everybody just go dump their tokens at Mexi? That's probably what happened. Yeah, they don't really have that much volume. I mean, it's insane that they've got 21% of the supply, though. I don't trust Mexi with 21% of anything. Let's be honest. Let's see. Is it a good buy? Is it good to buy physical gold or tether gold? You know, so there's mixed opinions here, right? Like if you're just trying to trade gold in that sense, and your goal is to like buy more Bitcoin with your swing trading gold or something like that, I think it makes sense to buy, you know, tether gold. But ultimately, like if you're trying to diversify your investments and stuff like that, I don't think, even though you can redeem your tether gold for physical gold, that's still a good buy. You can go to like Costco and you can get a little bit under spot and stuff like that with gold. I was actually just thinking about this like a week ago myself about buying gold and potentially buying the token instead. And I think I would rather hold the physical gold because it's the idea of if something happens, like, you know, you've got an apocalypse or whatever, and obviously, I think that bullets and food will be, you know, currency if that happens. But gold will ultimately certainly be a form of currency if something happens, right? But yeah, I mean, I think it really depends on your purpose. If you're trying to use it as a diversement of your income, and you want to or of your investments and you want to hold it for a long time, I honestly think that just holding physical gold would be better. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, the problem is you can't fly in a plane with 10 ounces of gold. You're going to get stopped by TSA. They're going to rob you and you're getting screwed. But you can fly with 10 tether golds on a USB stick. Nobody will know the difference. So I guess there's one of your arguments. On that note, though, let's see. Okay. Can you pull up the bubble maps on Clash and then a bad meme and show you the difference? So it's funny. I know you did that on purpose, Mark, but Clash actually has a terrible bubble maps. And it's not for the typical reason. This is because George didn't understand and he doesn't understand. So what he did is it actually looks better than it used to. There we go. Now it's looking a little bit more like it should. But what he actually did is he's doing these giveaways. I wish it looked like it used to look like, because it had like 100 connections. And it's because with the developer wallet that he launched the token with, he is sending out giveaways from that. So it's automatically connecting him to every single person that he was sending tokens to. Now, if I didn't know that's what he was doing and I saw the bubble maps at that point in time, I would be like, well, that's bad, right? Like, obviously that's not a good thing, but knowing the backstory of why that's happening and everything like that, it doesn't matter. So like this actually now with bubble maps updating it and no longer having the 100 connections, this doesn't even look all that bad. Again, this is George sending out giveaways. So there's that, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was before. So yeah. A bad bubble maps off the top of my head, I can't remember. I try not to remember the bad ones. I remember the good ones. Oh man, now you guys are getting so technical. I mean, I can. So buy Bitcoin and CRM. What's up, Josh? Any alpha yet for holders of the I Am George NFTs? I wouldn't have any alpha for you. That like, I'm not George. There's no alpha for me to give you. I think he's planning on doing stuff, but honestly, in an hour he'll be streaming, and you should go ask him. I can't tell you. Diamond Hands, good entry. I'm assuming that's a project. I guess let's look at it. Let's see. Diamond Hands on. I'm not touching shit on Chronos. I'm assuming you're not talking about this one with $2 in volume in the last 24 hours. Oh, this one right here. It's another Chinese one. Ticker's Chinese. Yeah. See, like I don't like that chart. No proof of buyers. Just stronger sell side. The supply doesn't look terrible, but yeah, I don't think like I'm looking for a chart that's more like this. Look, we bought right here and we're already up. Like I'm looking for a chart that's showing convicted buyers, right? We have strong up movements and of course profit takers, but you've got history of strong buyers in the meme, right? So that's why I thought Pali actually looked good. What was that other one I bought? Let's see. What was it? It's hidden in my wallet. I gotta find it. Main character. Main character. Let's see if I gotta add it to my wallet. Come on, can make it difficult. Actually, it looks like that buy's working out too. You know, so like sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit too. Let's see, add token, BSC. That's weird. It's showing that I didn't buy main, but I definitely bought main. Do they let me see my transaction history? Yeah, right there. Oh, it failed. Of course it failed. Of course it failed. Well, now I don't want it. Um, Mark, I was messing with you. I thought that you knew that the Clash bubble maps looked terrible. It was really, really, really bad for like a week and a half. Like it was super bad looking. It was a whole problem. People were asking every day, why is the bubble map so terrible on Clash? And that was the reason why. No, I didn't get rugged. What do the different colors mean on a bubble map? It's just telling you different wallets. That's all. Every different, like, so this is a cluster. They're assuming that these 4 wallets are the same people. They're assuming that these 2 wallets are the same people. So if we go to one that has more clusters like Clash did, you'll see that like each cluster, they're assuming that those are all the same people and each cluster is the same, like a different color, right? So like you've got an orange cluster. You got a purple cluster, a blue, another orange, and I guess they only have like 4 colors they can use because apparently they don't have RGB. But that's what the colors are. There's nothing significant, to put it that way. They're just trying to like help you visually see the difference. That's all. And no, I didn't get rugged on main character. I would be up if the buy would have gone through. But we no longer care about main character. Screw main character. It can go to 0. I didn't get in because Binance Smart Chain sucks. But Pali, it's looking pretty freaking good. On that note, guys, I hope that you guys are able to find some luck in the Binance Smart Chain trenches. I'm telling you, it's going to be dangerous out there. So be smart. Hop in the Dirty Degen Telegram. Find what, or throw in there what you're finding. I'm happy to check it out. I'm max bidding solid Binance Smart Chain plays. So throw them at me. Let's see what you got. I will be streaming once again tomorrow evening around the same time. And I will let everybody know that time once again in the Telegram chat. If you won the giveaway, send me a message and I'll send you your tokens soon. Pally to the moon. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening. If you liked what you saw, smash up the likes. If you didn't, subscribe anyways. I will see you tomorrow with another live stream. Peace.